don't want y'all to think that every time I come on this camera I'm complaining, it's an issue, it's a problem, or something went wrong, because that's not the case. But this is for you, AutoZone, because this was a mess, a complete mess. And had that, I don't want to spoil it. Let's get into the story time. I don't know what I'm gonna title this, but AutoZone, this is for you. No wonder why they have a whole hate page. What's up, you guys? It's your girl Taty, and I'm back with another video. If you haven't already, go ahead, like, comment, share, subscribe to this video. Hit that post notifications bell down below so you're notified whenever I post. Follow me on all my social medias. We need to run it up. We really need to run it up. I know I've been gone for a minute and I'm coming back like nothing happened, but I've been gone for good reason, and I'm about to explain some of that reason right now. Like, life has been life, and I have been stressed, and Lord has been testing me. Let me tell you what happened. This happened a little over, I don't know what I'm going to title this again. This happened a little over a week ago. The only reason I'm recording it now is because I needed time to simmer down. And I didn't want to be on y'all phone, computer screen, or TV screen yelling. But let's go ahead and get into it, okay? AutoZone, this is your tape. So far this year has been a little up and down. You know, it's been a little up and down. I've had a lot going on. But I am back. And I am better than ever. At least I'm forcing myself to be. Because I can't neglect what I've worked so hard to try to build. Y'all, by the way, if you haven't already, like I said, subscribe. We're on the runway to 2K. Watch the videos all the way through. Let's get them watch hours up. Like, I do this because I love it and I love y'all. And I thank you, everyone who's been here supporting me through thick and thin, have stayed loyal to my channel. I really appreciate it. And therefore, I have to be loyal back to y'all. And that's why I am pushing myself no matter what to continue posting and being consistent. But let's get into the story. I'm sorry for rambling. So as of late, well, not even as of late, for a little while now I've been having problems with my car. Yeah, that's my transportation. That's very serious. I've been having problems with my car, and honestly I've had this car a bit longer than I was supposed to. But that's a whole nother story. But I've had this car longer than I'm supposed to, right? So, slowly over time, things in my car have been going out. And my boyfriend and I have accounts with AutoZone, Advanced Auto. Like, we have accounts with them, but today is about AutoZone. We have an account with AutoZone. He has his account, I have my account, because we use AutoZone very often because he works on our cars. Like, we use AutoZone very often. So, I've never had a major issue or problem with AutoZone before. Nothing major, nothing significant to even make a story time about. But this, let me tell you, look at me when I'm talking to you. If you have an attitude, don't work in customer service. Don't do it. If you can't be respectful, if you can't be mindful, understanding, considerate, don't work in customer service. I understand it can be frustrating. I worked in customer service for years. I understand it. I used to work at Walmart. For those who have been on my channel for a while, you guys know I used to work at Walmart. So I'm used to seeing hundreds of people on my face a day. I understand it can be frustrating. I understand it can be irritating. And you know what? Because I said, you know what, customer service is not for me, I got out. You'll understand why I said that in a minute. So, we have accounts with AutoZone. My boyfriend works on our cars. So, a little over a week ago, I had 2 coil packs that went out on my car. So, you know, my car is 6 cylinders. So 2 of them went out, so I was running on 4. Okay, I think that's how it goes. I was running on 4 or whatever, right? And I needed to replace 2 because 2 of them was bad. The other 4, they were making it, but 2 of them was bad. And the year prior, last year, I ordered a pack of coil packs off of Amazon for like $60, $50 maybe, right? Well, bless his heart, my boyfriend I had ordered the pack because like I had a few that were bad. My boyfriend replaced the ones that were bad, but instead of replacing the whole thing, he just replaced the ones that were bad, which I understand and I get, but it's like I bought it, just replace the whole thing. You know, let's just get it out the way, so we don't have to worry about this no longer. But he didn't, and me and him took a trip back. You know, not took a trip. He came to visit me in Atlanta, right? And as we're driving around, boom, 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 right? My car start acting kind of funny. And he's like, hold on, pull over, let me check your car. He realized two of my coil packs are really bad. Yeah, so clock it. He realized two of my coil packs are bad. So he's like, man, you know what? Before, like, we even go back to, like, we live in 2 different towns. And he's, like, a couple hours away from where I am. He's like, before we go back, let's stop at one of the, we're going to have to stop at one of the auto zones. And I'm going to have to replace 2 of your coil packs, you know? I'm like, so what happened to the ones I gave you? Well, when he last fixed it, it was at his house. So guess where the coil packs were? At his house. Genius. I was like, why didn't you put them back in my car? He was like, well, I don't know. He's just a boy. He's just a boy. So I was like, okay, you know what? Okay. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna get like 2 coil packs from AutoZone. And I'm going to see if they'll let me return it later because you already have a pack of coil packs. Like, you still got some coil packs left over. And I only needed 2 to be replaced, right? So, you know, I go about my day and I let him take my car to go fix it, work on it, right? So I'm out doing whatever. My boyfriend, he goes to AutoZone in Fairburn. Yeah, I'm calling out the location. My boyfriend goes to the AutoZone in Fairburn, right? So while he's there, he's working on the car, tinkering on the car, doing all the good stuff on the car, right? He's working on my car. You know, I guess while he's there, like, he's chatting it up with the, He's chit-chatting and cackling with the employees there, right? And one employee in particular, right? So, you know, he's talking. I guess the employee's asking, so like, what are you doing with the car? Like, I see you outside working on it. Like, what are you doing or whatever, right? He's like, oh, my girlfriend, 2 of her coil packs went out and I'm trying to replace 2. So in the store, AutoZone only had 1 coil pack on the shelf. Now, here's the reason. We're going to get there. They had 1 coil pack on the shelf. And say it was like $40 for 1 coil pack. Now, mind you, I got like a pack of 6 off of Amazon for like $60. But say 1 coil pack was like $20, right? No. Take 1 coil pack was like $40. And so my boyfriend's like, I want to know, like, if I bought this coil pack, like, could I return it? Because I got some, but they're just not with me, and she kind of needs her car work done now. You know? So the guy at the register, and I want to say this, I really pray, and I really hope that this guy did not get in trouble because he was being nothing but a nice spirit. I hope everything that has transpired up to this point does not get him in trouble because I'm not even going to say his name. Because he was very nice. His intentions were pure. He had no malice or nothing, right? So he's like, yeah, if you want to return it later, like, you can. He's like, yeah, my boyfriend's like, yeah, she's just trying to get from point A to point B, and as soon as we get to point B, I could, you know, use her coil packs and replace them and return these, right? So the guy in the store is like, okay, well, we only got 1 in stock right now, so you would have to order the other one. You with me? Are you with me? They had 1 coil pack in the store. I needed 2. They had 1 coil pack in the store, and the other one would need to be ordered and picked up at another store. Well, I kind of needed it that day. But my boyfriend was like, oh, okay, well, you know what? Dang, they are really high, but I'm going to go ahead and order. I'm going to go ahead and order the part. So he would pay it and order the part or whatever, right? Well, the guy in the store is like, you know what? I like you. You cool. You alright. You know what? I'm going to give you a discount. Now, I said my boyfriend and I both have accounts with AutoZone. And we both get discounts because we have accounts with them and we use them very often because he works on our cars. And we know we get miscellaneous stuff from there or whatever for our cars. So My boyfriend did not ask this guy to do this. He did not, he didn't give no, he did not insinuate in any way he needed or wanted this guy to do this. The guy just did this because he was being kind, right? So the guy's like, well, you know what? Yeah, your account has a discount, but I can get you an even bigger discount. My boyfriend's like, well, how can you do that? He's like, I tell you this, right? Listen, what I'll do is, you go ahead and pay for this part that's in the store now. And when I order the part for you to pick up at another store in the in an area next over or whatever, I'm going to apply a commercial discount. My boyfriend and I do not have commercial accounts. We got the regular accounts. But he's like, you know what? If I give you a commercial discount, it'll take the part that I'm about to order from like $80 to like $40. My boyfriend's like, word? Who's gonna turn that down? He's like, you sure? Like, and I can, like, when I put it in, I can return it back later, right? The guy at AutoZone's like, yeah, guy, you can do that. It's no problem. My boyfriend's like, you know what? Thank you, guy. Like, thanks. That was real kind of you. Well, they dap each other up. Like, everything's cool. Like, I'd be thanking you too if you gave me a 50% off this. Like, oh yeah, thank you. My boyfriend's like, well, he go ahead and put that one coil pack that he was able to purchase in store in my car. And he's like, well, it's not running as bad. Like, maybe. And I'm telling him from his perspective because, like, I got his perspective, right? So he's like, maybe she can make it back to my hometown to where I can just go ahead and use the coil pack she got and just return the one and cancel the order he placed, right? So I'm supposed to have 6 cylinders. I only had like 4 that were working right and 2 were bad. So he replaced one, so now I have 5 cylinders. I got 5 good cylinders to make it to wherever I need to go. And he's like, you know what? He's telling me, I replaced one, the other one I ordered, and it's on the way to another store, but I think you can make it back to my hometown with 5 cylinders. And I'm like, you sure? Like, and then you could return it or whatever, like the one that you did put in. He's like, yeah, the guy told me I could return it. The guy was aware that my boyfriend was going to be returning this item, right? And, he told me it was cool or whatever. So I'm looking up, I'm like, well, if you say I can make it back, back to your house or whatever with this, let's go ahead and do it. Boom, bam, the day ends. Boom, bam, the day ends. Boom, bam, the day ends. So the next day, we're headed back to his hometown. Like I said, it's a couple hours away. He goes and, he gets my coil packs and starts... No. We go back to his hometown, to his house. He can't find my coil packs. And this is around the time he moved, so he don't know where they are exactly. He doesn't know if he put them in storage or what. So we ended up going to a pull-apart or a junkyard, something like that. We went to a pull-apart, and he was able to pull 2 coil packs from another car, and we got them for like dirt cheap, like both of them for like $20, right? Or less. And so he's like, these are 2 really good coil packs. I'll just put them in your car because I can't find yours. I lost yours. But either way, it's cheaper than, me having purchased one in the store and having ordered another one. I'm like, hey, if it works, it works. If it works, it works. I don't know nothing about cars, so the fact that you did that, I'm trusting you. So he's like, well, you know what? He fixes the car, replaces the coil packs. Takes him like 20 minutes at most. I'm like, oh, you done? He's like, yeah. So he took the coil pack that he had purchased in store out of my car, and he said, all right, let's go to AutoZone in his area, to return it and cancel the other order. So we go to the AutoZone in his area. He goes into the store. He returns the piece. He's like, okay, so they let him return the piece that he pulled out my car, the coil pack that he pulled out my car. He said, but they told me I can only get half my refund because he has to go to the home store where he ordered the other part to cancel. He can't cancel the order at their store for some reason. I don't know how that works, but we had to go back to the original store where he placed the order for the part to cancel it and get the rest of the refund. Listen to what I just said. Did you hear me? We went to the AutoZone in his hometown And he returned the coil pack. No issue, a breeze, right? No issue, a breeze. Returned the coil pack. And he received half of his refund already. So say the total for both of the coil packs, the one he purchased in the store and the one on the way was like, it was like $83 or something, right? He already received $40. He already got half the refund, but now we have to go back to the home store, like the main store he ordered it from, to cancel the order and receive the other half. We already received half of the refund, right? He's like, so, you know, I won't be able to make it back because he had to work that week. He's like, you know, when you go back up there, just, I'm going to see if they'll let you pick up the other half of the refund, or, like, trying to figure out, do you need my card, or do I have to be there in person, or whatever, because he purchased it, right? I said, okay, so, you know, he gets a slight run around. He's calling different people, like, with AutoZone, and they're telling him how he could do it, because he's letting them know, like, hey, I won't be there in person, but I can send somebody up there to get the other half of my refund. They're like, okay, well, you could do da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So, ultimately, he had to call the AutoZone in Fairburn. Of course, the cashier picks up on the phone, right? The people at the front, I don't know what the associate picks up the phone originally, right? The associate says, well, you know what? I don't know how that's going to work or anything like that, but let me talk to a manager. Let me talk to a manager. This is the same day, by the way, I'm about to head back home. This is all happening in the same day where he returned. I already got half his refund up there, and I'm about to go back and go get his other half because I'm going home. Well, headed towards home or whatever, right? The associate goes, she puts him on hold. She goes talk to a manager. She talks to a manager and it's like, hey, this guy is trying to cancel the order. They told him he has to come here to get the rest of his refund. He has to come here to get the rest of his refund. So he wants to know if his girlfriend can come pick up the rest of his refund. The manager says, yes, but he has to be on the phone while she's here to pick up the rest of the refund, so we can verify that it's her and blase blase. Okay, I get it. You want to make sure I'm just not some random just getting some money and leaving, right? I understand. So I told him, I said, okay, yeah, I'll pick it up on my way home. I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and get your refund. He's like, okay, we part ways. Love you, bye. So, and I'm headed back home. I'm fighting traffic all the way there. I'm fighting traffic. I finally get to the AutoZone in Fairburn. I pull up. My dog was in the car too. I cracked the windows so he can have some air. Because I'm expecting like it's going to be a smooth process. They told him to call the store when I get there so that, that he could be like, hey, my girlfriend's here to pick up my refund. And, I'm thinking it's going to be a smooth process. Think again. So I'm walking towards the door. I'm calling my boyfriend. I'm like, hey, go ahead and call them because I'm about to walk in the store. He's like, okay, bet. I get in the store. I go up to the associates like at the front desk. I'm like, hey, I'm here to pick up a refund for a part, because I have my boyfriend. My boyfriend's canceling the order. They're like, oh, okay. So basically, I was like, I spoke to, let's call this cashier or associate. Let's call her Zoe. I spoke to the cashier Zoe. That's not her real name. I spoke to the cashier Zoe, and who's Zoe, because like she kind of knows the situation or whatever, right? And this girl, she comes to the side. She's like, oh, I'm Zoe. Yeah, I spoke to him on the phone or whatever, right? The phone in the store starts ringing, and I'm like, oh, I think that's my boyfriend calling now because you all told him that he had to be on the phone while I was here getting the refund. She's like, oh, okay, yeah. So this guy, she's like, I'm going to go get the manager so she can help me with the process of the refund. Did you hear me? I'm going to go get the manager so she can help me with the process of the refund. Cool. So the phone's ringing. I'm telling the guy, I said, can you pick that up? I think that's my boyfriend so he could be on the phone already that, so the manager could talk to him so he could verify and explain, like, hey, it's him. She's here for the refund. Cool, right? So the guy picks up and he puts my boyfriend on hold. I'm waiting for Zoe to come back with the manager. 2 minutes go by, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes. I'm like, okay, damn, like, what? Did they get lost back there? Are they having a chat? Are they having lunch? What's going on? Eventually, the manager comes from the back to the front. I'm not acknowledged. She didn't look at me. blink at me, sneeze at me. Like, she didn't even look. I was like, do you see me? I see me. Do you see me? Like, I'm like, kind of looking confused. And Zoe's like, she's doing something with Zoe on the register, but it's like totally, it has nothing to do with me. Like, she's telling her something about some other situation with another customer about something else on the phone. I'm just like, she could tell me like, oh, hold on, I'll be with you in a minute, or just give me a second, or hello, how may I help? Another 5 minutes goes by while this woman is out in the front, does not acknowledge me, and she says, hey, hello, how may I help you? How may you help me? I'm like, oh, Zoe, this is the manager, right? Like, you went to go get. And Zoe's like, oh yeah, remember I went back there, and like, she's talking to the manager. She's like, oh yeah, I went back there and I just explained to you that there's somebody up front that needs your help. And she's like, okay, well, what is it? I'm like, oh, well, I'm just here to pick up the refund for my boyfriend. He's on the phone. You all told him to call on the phone, and he's on the phone to explain everything to you. She's like, who are you to him? Just like that. Who are you to him? Didn't I just say my boyfriend? So then that means I'm his girlfriend. So if I said my boyfriend, then that means I'm his girlfriend. So I said, well, I'm his girlfriend. I'm not rude. I'm not disrespectful. I'm thinking maybe she just didn't hear me. I said, oh, I'm his girlfriend. I said, but I'm just here to pick up the refund. He's on the line. He can go ahead and like explain like to you that he wants to cancel the order or whatever. She's like, so you're trying to cancel the order? I said, yeah. So she's like, so you don't have the part? I said, no, we never received the part because we already had some and we just wanted to go ahead and cancel the part. She's like, so you didn't go to the store to pick it up? I'm like, no, because it was getting sent to another store because, mind you, they were out of stock at that time. We were like, no, we never picked it up. She was like, okay, hold on. So she goes in the system and she looks and like she sees we never picked it up, never got it or whatever. She was like, you want to cancel the order? Do you hear her repeating everything I'm already saying to her? I want you to note that. I'm like, yeah, we just want to cancel the order or whatever. She was like, so can you kind of explain to me what happened? I'm like, explain? I said, what do you mean? Like, kind of explain, like what's going on? I said, okay. I guess you don't want to talk to him on the phone because, mind you, my boyfriend's still on hold. He's still on hold. She didn't even flinch at the phone. Didn't even buck at the phone. I'm like, okay. I was like, well, he was working on my car. We got 2 parts, or like he got a coil pack from the store. Another one was being ordered because it wasn't in stock, but he already returned 1 coil pack and got half of his refund. Are you following? He already returned 1 coil pack and got half of his refund, and the other, we haven't even received it yet. We just want to cancel it and get the other half of our refund. Now, he explained this to the manager on the phone before I got there. Zoe explained this to the manager on the phone before I got there. I just explained this to the manager. Hold up. I keep saying manager, but hold up. Manager. She says, okay, well, hold on, there's an issue, so I'm gonna have to call the person whose account was used because this person whose account was used was neither of your accounts. I'm like, you're gonna see if you can give me a refund. I said, oh, well, I'm gonna need the refund because you guys, I told you I was coming from a long way, and like, we were told that we would get the refund. She's like, oh, well, I'm gonna have to try to contact the person because, mind you, before I even got there, she said we will receive the refund. Now it's, oh, I gotta call the person to see if they answer. If they don't answer, nothing. Now she disappears to the back for another 10 minutes. She disappears to the back for another 10 minutes. I'm like, yo. So I'm just sitting there. I'm just leaning side to side. And Zoe's like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, Zoe's so professional. Zoe's so nice. Zoe needs a promotion. Zoe needs a major promotion. And I'm just like, yeah, it's cool. It's just I'm a little tired or whatever. Like, I'm waiting though. I'm waiting. Finally, the manager comes back and is like, yeah, because you all use somebody else's account, it's going to be a little bit of a process to give you back your refund. Blah, blah, blah. It's just going through this whole thing with me, right? And I'm just thinking, I'm thinking, like, I just need my refund. I said, oh, what you mean you use somebody else's account? Because at that moment, I'm like, what is she talking about? Because I didn't learn that, like, really somebody else's account was used until later on, right? So I was like, she was like, yeah, a commercial account was used and neither of you have a commercial account. Or like, my boyfriend doesn't have a commercial account. And I'm just like, so in my mind, what it's saying is, she said, because you all use somebody else's account. I said, well, I don't understand. I said, it's like she's blaming me for using an account that was not my own. And I'm just like, oh, what, could you explain? I asked her, could she explain further? Because I'm a little confused. It's like you're accusing me of something I didn't do. I wasn't even there. And she was like, yeah, you all use somebody else's account. You all use somebody else's account. And because you all use somebody else's account, it's going to be a process. I had to get in contact with the person. Now I got to do this, that, and third, this, and third, this, and third. Oh, she's giving me the whole rundown. Honey, just give me my refund. I didn't ask for no whole detailed explanation. You didn't have to say nothing to me, but I'm going to give you your refund. One moment. That's it. But she started, you use somebody else's account. You can't use somebody else's account, so this account's got to be flagged. And I'm like, wait, account got to be flagged? What, you use somebody else's account? I'm like, well, what's she saying? Hold up. Things like that kind of trigger you. Like, what are you trying to say? I said, I didn't use anybody else's account. Yeah, it shows on the account that you always use somebody else. I said, hold on. I said, are you trying to say the cashier used somebody else's account? That's how you would word that. The cashier who checked this out used somebody else's account. I said, well, I can't check myself out, so I think you're trying to tell me that the cashier used somebody else's account and he wasn't supposed to. She was like, well, I did say there was another account used, another account used, another account used. Just like that. Like, she said it in the most demeaning, belittling way to also, well, I kept saying the account. But baby, you kept saying it wrong. Okay. I was like, she said it just like that. The account. Like as if I'm dumb or I'm slow, like I can't comprehend English. No, you don't know how to word English, dummy. So I'm like, oh, that's what she want to play this game. I could crash out in the store right now, but you know what? I'm going to be professional. I'm going to be the bigger person. Ooh, it took so much out of me to do that. Ooh, it took a lot. I ain't going to lie. Because I want to reach across and go smack that hoe. It took a lot. It took a lot because, y'all, other employees was looking like, dog, like, why she acting like that? Other customers was looking, that store had people in it, and they was kind of looking like, ooh, why she acting like that? And I'm just like, it took everything in me not to put my fucking hands on that hoe. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, she want to act stupid. Well, bitch, I can act dumb too. I was like, okay. I said, I got quiet for about a minute or two while she was doing the refund. I'm like, okay. But let me tell you how God works. Let me tell you how God works and how God don't like ugly. We about to get there. After she got done with her little attitude session, the account. I said it was the account, just like that, right? I got so freaking quiet because I got so freaking hot. I was like, I got mad I got to one of those mads where you real quiet. And then as I'm mad, I'm sitting here like, this bitch trying to be funny. Like, she trying to be funny because the store got quiet too. It was so quiet in there. You could have heard a church mouse pissing on cotton. It was that quiet. I said, oh, she want me to act black. she want me to show out. I said, but you know what? I can give it to her. She mad because her edges is nappy and my edges weren't nappy that day. That's okay though. That's okay. I said, okay. So she continued when she doing a little process for the refund or whatever, right? I said, are you the manager? Oh, I'm the
district manager.
Oh! This was the district manager. I don't know how AutoZone hires their district managers, but by the way she acted, it must go something like, do you have an attitude? And do you want this job and need the money? Okay, you're hired. Because the way she acted was so unprofessional, so disgusting, so rude. And for you to be the district manager, I would expect you to be able to handle situations like what was happening better and more professional. I would expect you to be more professional, understanding, communicate your words a whole lot better, because baby, you still weren't saying it right than what she did. I said, oh. I said, what's your name? And she just pointed to her name tag. I said, okay. I said, mind you, it's still quiet in the store. I said, okay. Do you have a will? No. Okay. No. I should have asked that. Do you have a will? Because honey, you got a death wish playing with me. I'm like, okay. I said, I said, do you have, I said, I need corporate's number. I need corporate's number immediately. I said, I need corporate's number. She said, it's at the door. Okay. I said, okay. And mind you, at this point, I had already called my boyfriend on the phone. So while she was saying the account, he heard that. He was he's asking me on the phone, what's going on. Like, he's confused because like he's hearing like kind of like her kind of getting an attitude and fussing a little bit. He's like, what's going on? But I couldn't even hear that because I was so hot. I got so hot, my ears was ringing. I said, okay. I said, all right. Now, she probably figured I ain't gonna do nothing, or I wasn't gonna do nothing like that, because she probably figured, oh, you know, she a little black girl, like and then she probably felt like I was a child, because I had 2 ponytails in, but no, I'm very much grown adult, very much. Yeah, I had 2 ponytails, but I'm very much grown, and I'm very much a black Karen. I will write a letter in a heartbeat. It's not the first time, and I bet you it won't be the last time I ever do it. I will do. She probably figured, oh, she one of them black girls, like she act like she gonna call corporate, but she not. But I did. And corporate was like, oh, we're gonna get there. Y'all never got back to me though. That's why this video is being made. But y'all, let me tell you how God works. Let me tell you how God turned that thing around. Let me tell you how God turned them tables around. He said, because I didn't come in there with no attitude. I wasn't disrespectful. I wasn't rude. I didn't even crash out when I had the opportunity. I said, okay. So she doing the thing, whatever. She's telling the cashier Zoe what to do and what to give me and how much to give me back and all this and da-da-da, right? Now she was saying the account, like I wasn't listening, like, oh, you're not listening, like I'm done, all that stuff, right? Like I'm not listening, right? Okay. Zoe gives back my refund. I take the refund. I take the receipt. I walk out the store. But I took a picture. I asked an employee that was walking. I said, this is the corporate number, right? On the door. He was like, yeah. So I took a picture, and I took a picture of her name, and I walked out the store. I got back in the car. I'm telling my boyfriend what happened, what was going on. He was like, why does she have an attitude? Why did they ever pick up the phone? She never picked up the phone, not once, to speak to him on the phone. She's the one that told him to call. I said, okay. I'm driving home. I'm hot. I'm calling my boyfriend, telling him what happened. I'm calling my mom. I'm telling her what happened. I'm hot. I'm upset. So, I finally get back to the house. Y'all ever been mad because y'all didn't react the way you wanted to in the situation? Yeah, I'm still growing. So I'm just like, I want to snatch her by her head and throw her head between aisle 8 and 7. Like, I wanted to snatch her head between aisle 8 and 7. I was so mad. Oh, okay. But I handled myself accordingly. I'm just called corporate. I get home. And I called my boyfriend again. I'm like, hey, like, I got this much back. He said, you got how much back? I said, I got I got like $80 back. He said, you're only supposed to get like $30 back. I looked down at the receipt. She gave me the entire refund back. I was supposed to get like $30 back. She gave me the entire refund as if I never got a refund before, mind you. I had told her if she was listening, instead of trying to be so rude, if she would have used her ears and listened, I had already told her I already received half of the refund. I just need the other half, which should have been like $30 or some change. But she wanted to act like I wasn't listening, I couldn't hear and comprehend, and my English was bad, and she was speaking hieroglyphics like I just didn't understand it. I counted that money. I said, oh. I was grinning like a Cheshire cat. I said, you know what? God know how to turn them tables. Because her register was going to end up $53 and some change short. And I was not going to bring it back. Absolutely not. I had no intentions on doing so. But I still had intentions on calling corporate and letting them know what happened and how I was treated. And that her register would be $53 short. Not much to say on corporate's end, but I called them. I tried calling them that day, but I guess they were closed. They went home and whatever, right? So I called them. I couldn't sleep. It's like one of them things that was rattling my mind. I was like, I gotta call. I woke up stupid early. Some people had probably just walked in the building. I woke up, called them. I explained the situation, what happened, who the person was, what her name was, what position she had, the district manager of AutoZone in Fairburn, who had an attitude. And I explained the whole story. The person on the phone was like, oh, well, I think she apologized on her behalf. Like, oh, I'm sorry that happened, but we'll call you within 24 to 48 hours to let you know, like, what's going on or whatever. And I looked at her and I said, and mind you, because she was acting like I wasn't listening, was being so too busy being rude and disrespectful, I just wanted to let you know that her register will also be $53 and some change short. I let them know that even though she was, I left with a blessing. And they didn't ask me to bring it back either because I wasn't going to. There's no way you could have got me to bring that back. But y'all, tell me what you would have done in that situation, or what I could have done better. Or tell me if you've had a similar experience. I would love to read it down below in the comment section. Because y'all, I'm thinking about making it's called a complication video of my worst customer service experiences. And that's inspired by Hey Paris. She did one about her top 5 worst customer service experiences. I've had quite a few. Not too many, not too crazy, but I've had quite a few. And if y'all are interested in that, get this video to 20 likes and I will create that video. Get my video to at least 20 likes and I'll create that video. But y'all, my battery is dying and that's my story time. I don't know what the title is, but since you clicked on the video, it must have been eye-catching enough for you to click on it. But yeah, don't be rude, don't have an attitude, and if you can't work in customer service, find a different job. Point blank simple. You definitely don't need no management position if you don't know how to talk to people. It's like, I've had so many experiences where people in management, and this was the district manager, that's what gagged me. People in management positions are worse than the actual associates on the floor. You should know how to better conduct and handle yourself in situations. I thought that's why you got that position, but I guess not. But that's all I have for you all today. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to this video. Hit that post notifications bell down below because y'all, I will be catching you up on my life. And I'm also revamping this channel. So, yeah, follow me on all my social medias. We're on a runway to 2K. Subscribe, share with your friends, family, your dogs, neighbors, cat, mouse, pet. pet fish. Share my video. Let's get my videos out there. Push. Comment. Share your story. Just say hey friend in the comments. Say that's gonna be our thing. If you don't know what to say in the comments after my story, or you don't know what to say, or you just don't know, like, or you're not a usual person that likes to comment, just say hey friend. Put that down in the comment section. And I thank you all for watching my video. We're on a warm way to 2K. We're gonna get there. I really believe in this. We're gonna get there before the summer. But that's all I have for y'all today, and I wish you all the best, and there's more videos to come. Love you guys. Bye. Get out of customer service.